Hello, I'm Casey Truby, the inventor of Delegation Magic, and this is video 2 in our 5-video series on how to use the Delegation Magic system to run your business. This time we're going to talk about going paperless. Now, the document management is actually delivered in 4 modules. Paperless, tracking your work in progress, operations and process manuals and writing one up, and developing or delivering better client customer support by allowing people to have access to the document management for their particular piece of paper. We'll talk about that in our last video. The system links to all CRM, accounting, and other software programs, so a document in our system will link to your customer software like Salesforce or Infusionsoft. On Module 1 today, our objectives are to cover going paperless, how you'll never lose a document again, how we're going to clear your desk of piles of paper, how we name and organize those documents, how you can retrieve them, and of course the security of those documents. We're looking at a desk right now that probably looks a lot like yours. If we can get you to take these documents and simply dump them onto your scanner or a fax machine, they'll go directly into our document system. We've had these servers since 1995. Now, I provided you with 4 email addresses, or if you've not yet signed up to have your Delegation Magic page created, we'll send you 4 email addresses. One will be called bookkeeping, and then the name of your company at Paperless Overnight, finance, marketing, and production. And that's because all documents go into those categories. Everything that happens in business happens in one of those categories. So then the documents go into our system, but even a wiser maneuver will be to send the bookkeeping email to your vendors and to your customers, because over the course of the next several months, they would actually prefer, your vendors and customers actually want to be paperless as well, and they'll start sending you documents directly. And what's happened in our own life is that over a couple of years, we've actually pretty much gotten out of receiving any mail, at least first-class mail, entirely. So we only have to go to the mailbox once a month now to pick up our renewed credit cards or magazine subscriptions. Let's go back to our screen. What happens here is that when documents go into the system, they go directly into the document management at the bookkeeping level. Now, the reason that that happens at bookkeeping is because these documents that people are sending you, almost all are related to bookkeeping. If you forget the email addresses, you can go to your red page on Delegation Magic, click on folders, and you'll see the bookkeeping or the finance emails right here. Now, it's real important to remember not to use the folders for managing documents or moving documents up to the system. This is here because our people are using this in the background to do work for you. You're far better off to just send your documents in by scanner and give the job to us for managing documents or moving things around. So let's go back to the screen. Here's how we name, index, store, and set up instant retrieval on all of your documents. When documents come into the system, they're sent in by your clients or by you, and then they go over to the new files folder. And during the day, as you send in documents, you'll see this number change. Then each evening, the documents are actually read by hand. We have a person called a document technician assigned to your account. The document technician will read every single page, and they'll read every single page by hand because it's accurate, 99.5% accuracy, where documents that are read by optical character recognition generally hit about 95% accurate. So it's important to actually read these by hand. Let's look at the screen. I'll show you what the document technician does. We call this person a dot. They'll tell us that this document came from a vendor or a customer, employee, or the government. They'll give us the name of the vendor, and they just take it right out of the top right corner, and they're using a drop-down box to do this. The reason we know who all your vendors are is because before we set you up, we'll ask you to send us a list of your vendors directly out of your accounting software so that it's very easy for us to spell the vendor name exactly the way you have it in your accounting. Then they'll tell us what kind of document this is, any keywords. Maybe this is regarding a particular job costing or a particular project that you're on. And of course, the amount, if one is included. And then the very last thing the document technician does is they assign this piece of paper to a person in your company that is responsible for this. This is part of our setup process. When anyone starts with Delegation Magic, we will have an interview with you over the telephone to review the forms that we send. They're real simple, one page. Tell us where documents come in, tell us who does what kind of work in your company, so that we can create the system, the master dashboard for you, and we can create the business rules. We're working for you in the background. We're not dumping this work on you. We do it. So let's go back to our screen again. You can see as documents come in, they go into the system, and based on the email addresses, which is realistically the only sorting you're going to have to do, if the document is about production, you'll send it to PRD at company name at Paperless Overnight. And I sent you those emails. Or into marketing or into finance. Finance will be things like HR, tax returns, and any secret documentation that you don't want anyone else to know about. And then bookkeeping, but bookkeeping is a part of finance. So those are the three big categories in any business. The system is designed to make the company work fast, smooth, and easy. Now, the reason this works is because we use a brand new business process called bottom-up delegation, where all work comes in at the lowest common denominator, the lowest skill set, and then anything that person cannot do gets bumped up to the manager or up to the owner's desk. We're hoping that we can keep all work off the owner's desk using the process. But let's go to the screen. I'll show you exactly how it works. When documents come in, the document starts at the in-office level 3, and what we're hoping this person can do is actually name the document and assign where they believe it should go. Maybe it goes to out-of-office workers. It could possibly have to go to the manager. Sometimes it is going to have to go over to the owner's desk. Of course, we're hoping to keep that to a minimum. At any time, you can go on your document management system and actually see who has what to do. By simply clicking, when you open, it's going to show your documents. And they come in 4 categories: open, review, closed, or clarification needed. An open document is a document that nobody's done any work on. A review document is something that's working its way up or down or possibly across the skill chain from one staff person in your office to another. If the document is closed, that means all the work associated with this piece of paper is completed. It's now in file, and it's not in our daily work. Clarification means that we've got to send this back to our customer or to our client because they sent us a document that doesn't make any sense. At any time, you can click on anybody that works for you. Let's say if I wanted to click on Leanne, and if I clicked on Leanne, these numbers would all change to represent Leanne's work in process. This allows us from the dashboard to see exactly what's going on at all times in the business. At any time, let's go back to our screen. At any time that you want to search for a document, all you need to do is type in, let's say one word, Home Depot or iNetU. I want to look at my iNetU invoices. I click return, and within 3 seconds, the iNetU invoices pop up. I can simply click on this invoice, and there's the bill. When I see a document, the screen is divided in 2. Over here is my document, but on the right-hand side is my SQL database. Now, the entire system is set up to search for documents quickly. The way we do that is we actually name the documents over here in the attached database in the dialog box that is linked to the document. And so what we can see here in the left-hand column is how we name the page. The right-hand column contains all the data about completing the work. If any notes were made while the work was in process by any of my staff people, regardless of where they are on the skill chain, everybody can make notes. And I'll see those notes as the document moves through the work cycle. I'll also see an audit trail, a time and date stamp, so that I know exactly who looked at this and when. If I need to do a more complicated search, I go to the top of my page, I click on search, and now I want a complete page search. And from here I might be able to say I want job costing. I want to see the job costing invoices for a particular range. And the next thing will come up is all those tasks associated with job costing, and I can even index them by the customer or the job that we're working on so that I can see the exact transactions and the amount. All I have to do is click on any particular item, the document pops up, and I can see the exact same information. But this is the part I really like, and this is the one that we hear so many requests for. Can I link this Delegation Magic to my QuickBooks? Not just QuickBooks, but Sage, Peachtree, Salesforce, Infusionsoft. It doesn't make any difference, and here's the way it works. Let's look at the screen. When you have a particular transaction, a client, a document, it could even be a contract or an estate tax plan. All you need to do is highlight a particular unique piece of information. It might be a reference number, a client name, and then drag that information into the search box on your bottom toolbar that will load when we set you up with your Delegation Magic. As soon as we do that, the Delegation Magic system opens up, you make a click, there's your document. The best thing about all this is we're 124-bit encryption. We follow all the HIPAA compliance rules. There are a certain set of security criteria, and everybody in the document management business uses the exact same processes. What this means is now you are a paperless office. We're hoping you enjoyed the training video number 2. On training video number 3, we're going to talk about how to actually do the work that's associated with that paper so that you can cut your labor costs. Thank you.